Busy, busy. It's so many activities. You can't possibly attend them all, but the excitement and the energy, you feel it every hallway that you walk, every room that you're in. So for myself, it was enlightening, but it was also entertaining. It was fun, lots and lots of fun, and I learned a lot by being here too. So that what I learned is how much talent there is here in Karnataka, in India in general, because there's people who come from out of state who aren't even part of Karnataka. So this event is attracting so many really interesting people, and that's what I remember the most are the people.
It was always a pleasure to be here in Bangalore to attend this event. We meet quite a lot of artists, we meet quite a lot of students. There's a lot of positive energy, and I think events like this make us understand the pulse of what people are looking for. At the same time, being professionals, whatever our experience, if you're able to share with them and if they can make a better artist, I think that's what we come here for. So two ways I really enjoy here. One is, foremost is the students, right? The kind of energy, the kind of focus they have, the kind of potential they have. We interact and try to tell them possibilities of future because they are the real people who make future. So second thing is professionals. We know what each others are doing, what challenges we have, and those discussions actually go into a better practices in our work and making our work better.
Namaste Animation Express. I'm very happy to be here and to share my feelings and my experience I had these days in Bangalore. Actually, it was a great experience on many different levels. I have met with such great talented artists. That was my main goal here. And of course, to talk with the audience and to share my humble experience, it was great. And my intention was to try to transfer some kind of passion and awareness on what this work can be for all these young people here. I was surprised very positively about the participation here on many different levels, from students to professional to technicians to institutional like government, and having the support of the government for you, of course, it's a great thing, because means that government have become more and more aware of what this industry can really drive. And it means employments, it means a big jump into the present and into the future of audiovisual. So for me it was an 100% positive experience, and I will be glad to be here with you the next year to see which kind of improvement and which evolving will be here. Thank you so much.
So GAFX 2019 has been wonderful. This is my first time at GAFX, although I've been hearing about it. But I think the kind of energy that the young people have brought in is fantastic, and this is exactly what needs to be done. We need to mentor and skill and tutor our young people so that they can work in this sector of animation and gaming.
It's been fantastic to be here. For me, it's a real privilege and joy to be amongst people who love what they do and are really committed to what they do. And what they do in this case is animation, which is something that I absolutely love. In addition to that, to see the clay sculpting, the traditional drawing, the 3D drawing, all of that was really fantastic. The life drawing, it's just a joy to be with people who love what they do. So it's wonderful, great fun, and that was a fantastic show.
GAFX 19 was a fantastic event for me. It was the first time, very well attended, whether it's from the student body, industry professionals, and really experts from various parts of the gaming, animation, VFX industry. It's a great microcosm, and I think my takeaway thoughts from this first event was that, you know, the energy was high, the attendance was high, the interest levels were high, and you know, it was a great ecosystem put together by the organizers. So kudos to ABAI, Bireen from Technicolor and ABI and everyone else who and the government especially, for helping put this together. So all in all, a very well conducted event.
The experience to me was to see the new talent, and I'm amazed as how many youngsters are now getting interested into animation, visual effects, gaming, comics, AR, VR, esports, and many other verticals within the AVGC sector. And it's truly heartening to see that going into making a career in a very systematic form. I was also impressed with the number of universities and the training academies who participate here, because that gives an indication that the industry is consolidating, and there is a formal education available for people to come in. And I was particularly impressed to see many school students who came to just see as to how to make a career into this space. Apart from that, program always is really good. The makings were mind-boggling. But one of my favorites was the pictorial journey of animation for the last 20 years that we have seen.
Oh, I've just come out of the closing session of GAFX, and the energy in that room was absolutely incredible. This is my second visit to India, and it's just been an absolute privilege to be here amongst such creative, energetic young people. Thank you very much to ABI and the government of Karnataka and to Technicolor for inviting me over here. It's been an absolute pleasure. Yesterday I delivered a creative workshop which was all about developing Indian intellectual property for global pitching, and we just had an amazing response to that. So I would love to come back and hopefully work with you more. Thank you very much.
Been coming to GFX this will be my third time. So I normally kind of come 1 year, skip a year, go a year, skip a year. So we have something to showcase. So we're going to build up the stuff that we can show. So this year I've been talking primarily about script-to-screen visual effects, how to actually work with the script, work with the directors, work with the set designers, and maximize the potential and the budget of and the time of the visual effects pipeline. The other thing I'm talking about is also for students how to actually maximize their showreel, maximize their potential and the time they have when they're studying, so that they can tailor their reel and try and nail that job as quickly and as efficiently as possible. So that's my talk for tomorrow. The experience here has been great as always. Never had any complaints. It's always been very well organised, well structured. The help has been great. Tech's been good. The setup's been great. Biren and the guys do a fantastic job. So yeah, no complaints whatsoever.
I'm actually liking it. This is the first time that I've come over here. It's been 3 years, I think, since it has been GAFX. I see a lot of interested and new passionate people, mainly on the art side of things. But I received a lot of questions today after the talk on gaming. I'm really enjoying it. And I see the stalls also. They are pretty promising.
GAFX 2019 has been absolutely fantastic. I did a virtual interview and then flew over, and I'm just so glad I did. The energy has been amazing. Some of the artwork I've seen, the talent, the young talent coming through, and seeing them all come together with the excitement that they have and a community that draws them all together, not just from India but from around the world. It's been absolutely sensational. I've loved every minute of it, and I'm really looking forward to next year. So thank you so much for inviting me, and thank you to ABI for putting it on. It's just a fabulous conference. Thank you.
GAFX has definitely become one of the must-attend events of India, and it's heartening to see the participation grow year by year. One of the things that is definitely interesting for me to look at is the artist participation in the competitions. The quality and the caliber of work is increasing year on year, and that's something which is very good for the industry as a whole. So I wish GAFX all the best, and I hope to be back next year again.
जो भी एक्टिविटीज़ हो रहा है वो देख के बहुत ही अच्छा लगा, एंड या द वे क्वालिटी एंड जो काम हो रहा है यहाँ पे वो लास्ट टाइम से बहुत ही अच्छा एंड मोर ऑर्गेनाइज्ड, एंड थैंक्स टू द ऑर्गेनाइजर्स, दे आर डूइंग ग्रेट जॉब एक्चुअली. एंड हमारा जो एनिमेशन गेमिंग इंडस्ट्री के लिए ये बहुत ही बड़ा इवेंट है जो लोग इसमें से सीखेंगे.
So GAFX 2019 was a great experience. It's changing like from last year. This year is more about how the industry is changing in production, about how motion capture is becoming more important tool for the CG production, the virtual production, and it's completely about the change in industry, what's happening in India now. And I can see a lot of difference from last year. Last year was more about also on the VR and on the traditional animation, and this year how virtual production is becoming more important for the filmmaking in India. So that's a bigger leap. The good thing which I liked about GAFX 2019 was the speakers, who gave the presentation. Was very informative, and even the participation from the audience was more encouraging this time as well.
I've attended GAFX from the first edition, and it just keeps growing every year, and I love it for the fact that every year we see new faces and we also see old faces who actually show up at GAFX for the first time. I have known, classic cases from Animation Express. I've worked with Neha Singhal from Animation Express for I know her for 8 or 10 odd years, and this is the first time we actually meet at a community event, and so that's testimony of the fact that this is what community events do. And she's not the only one. I actually bumped into a lot of people who I haven't met in years. So what a wonderful way actually to just come together for 3 days, celebrate the art of whatever we do, whether it's VFX or animation. So yeah, absolutely. I love the vibe. I love the energy. I really don't mind staying here, for all 3 days to do all the sessions. So yeah.
Well, it seems to be quite interesting actually. The fact that you have aspiring entrepreneurs and budding talent all together itself showcases that this is a great platform and a great opportunity for all of us to come together along with studios and share our experience. So it seems to be very interesting actually.
I think it's only grown from strength to strength. I see a lot of young people working on, showing their creativity. I went into the competition room where they were working on storyboarding. Some of the students and professionals. Then there were some clay sculptures which were done, and there was outdoor sketching. They had the 3D modeling. They had character animation. I saw all that. I think it's an amazing exercise that the organizers of GAFX have put together. That's the Abai team. I think it's phenomenal that a state like Karnataka is giving so much of an impetus to young talents. And of course, getting in professionals to come and talk to them, give them guidance, direction, showcase their work, whether from India or overseas. Amazing. Congratulations to the Abai team.
I think the experience was very amazing. What I really like about this event is that there's phenomenal interaction among the community. The student community and the professional community is very, very active. I was a jury for the sculpting event right now, where there were 2 categories, basically the professional category as well as the student category, and I was really amazed by not only the professional work in the professional category but also the student category. We were there were about more than 25 entries, and we had a tough time selecting the winner. The caliber of the work was very, very good. So I really liked the work. Also, some of the sessions that I've been a part of, it's really nice to see that they're well attended. There are lots of questions that students are asking. There's a lot of interest. There's a lot of passion that I see among the people here, among the community, and which is great. I think, which is what eventually is healthy for the industry. Where we see events of this nature where there's a lot of interaction. And although I think one of the things that struck me more is that there's more interest from the student community than the professional community. So I think as a takeaway for the event organizers, it would be that cater and gear your panels and sessions more towards students, or at least have separate tracks dedicated towards them.